Hey, cosplayers, how's it going? Thank you guys
Hi.
so much for those of you that already are on here and have been chatting. Hopefully, you guys have been having fun hanging out. Welcome, welcome. I see Paulino, Joshua Campbell, Zambi Kill, um, Rose Colored Cottage, Chandler Barnes. Howdy, howdy. How's it going, everybody? All right, so in today's live stream, it's going to be super fun. We're going to make Wonder Woman's van braces out of foam and do it live. We're going to try to do it in an hour. I mean, we probably won't have them painted up and everything, but we're going to try to get
Probably not.
the assembly completed, cutting it out of foam, gluing it together, getting it all assembled. And hopefully by the end of the hour, we will have a pair of van braces. So I'll be working on one and kind of talking through it, and Olivia will be working on the other. That way we can get both out in the one go. So
I'll be asking lots of questions.
yeah, so it'll be good. Olivia's practicing, learning her foam smithing skills and stuff like that, so it'll be good too, because maybe she'll ask a question that you've asked before or been wondering, and it'll be great to kind of walk through that process here live. So.
Hey, where did that little thing go? I should get it for you.
It's up on the junk counter.
Okay.
Somewhere. Anyway, so let's see. Here we go. Bomb Build Props. Hey, hey, what's up? Okay, cool. Well, we're just kind of clearing the space for Olivia to be able to work over here as well. Let me show you guys. So I do have the advantage starting off here. I have the pattern that I made for Wonder Woman's bracers that we'll be using to start with here. So the first thing we will do is tape these two pieces together so that we can get the full van brace size there. And then we will be cutting the pieces out. We can trace them onto foam. We're going to be using the amazing What the Foam, WTF, by Cosplay Apprentice. And to make these, because we can use 2 and 4 millimeter thick foam, so nice and thin, to create these van braces, but have them be very sturdy and have really good hold. And actually, I'll ask you guys a question related to this to try to figure out how we want to do this exactly. So, Wonder Woman's van brace. Hopefully you guys can all see this.
Should we wait? Yeah.
Should we wait what?
So we get a couple more people, or we just...
Let's see. Hey, James Allen, how's it going? Zambi Kill's birthday is on Saturday. Happy birthday. Sweet, I'm building the BVS mech suit helmet while also trying to 3D model a Return of the Sith Anakin Skywalker lightsaber hilt. Wow. Multitasking, putting your 3D printer to work while you're working on something.
I cut my vein today.
Oh, scary. All right. Well, so yeah. While we kind of wait for a couple more people to hop on here to really jump in, what I'm thinking is, so there's a couple different heights on here of like levels for the Wonder Woman van brace. So right here, these could be just kind of like an indented line or like a cut etched line that you can kind of see. Let me try to focus on that. Come on. It's not liking to see that close. There we go. These lines here that come up like this. This piece is a raised piece, and then this piece, from what I can tell, is a raised piece that's slightly higher raised. And then the same thing down here, there's kind of this piece and this piece, which seem to have kind of like slightly different heights to them, and then you have the kind of the etched cut lines here. So I'm wondering if we want to do these as like kind of a cut line, like a slightly engraved, and then heat that up with a heat gun and have that line open up and get that look. We would probably want to do the 4mm foam, because the 2mm you can do that, but you just run the risk of like weakening your base quite a bit, because you're cutting more than halfway into it to try to get that look. Or cutting halfway into it, because if you're only doing 1mm, then you can get that, but it's just harder. But if we want to try to figure out some way to kind of just get this to have a rolled, indented look, we can do a 2mm as the base. But then I'm thinking like a 2mm for the lower part, and then the 4mm for the part that sticks out a little bit further, just so that those kind of step up on each other a little bit. Anyway, let me know what you guys think.
So what's the option? Doing
So
2mm?
so 2mm.
Sorry, I'm looking for glue.
Yeah, the option is our 2mm as the
You're
base.
just gonna hot glue this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that. 2mm as our base, which we would have to try to figure out how to get those lines in without.
But so I thought if you did
Cutting
2mm, you would just layer 2mm. Like you would just use another layer on top of it.
Oh, and just have a gap in between them there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is that not what you were talking about?
Well, because then if we did that, then we also run into these that are going to stick up higher. So the more, if we do two
it would
and
just
then
be
two,
like
it would
four,
just
or 3 or 4 layers.
yeah, we would start to get a lot thicker.
Okay.
Versus if we just did 4 for here and then we did the engraving technique on these, then we could sorry, you guys aren't seeing what I'm pointing to. Then we could just kind of etch that in. On the 2mm, we could try to do that, and it actually might work, because we kind of just, it's fine if it just kind of valleys and doesn't actually get the full thing. I just don't know strength-wise how much it's going to be weaken it with having all those cuts in it. So maybe, I mean, the 4mm is not that thick. Like, you look at that, like, that's not going to be very thick for a van brace. So I think we could get away with doing the black 4mm as our base. What do you guys think? Hey, Louise, how's it going? Got some acrylic paint for the Hiccup helmet from How to Train Your Dragon 4, but not the EVA foam yet. I'm not sure when it will get to my house. Cool, that's awesome. Can't wait to see it. Hey, Thomas, how's it going? Paulino says bye for now. Still need to paint Hiccup's helmet. There's no time to paint, unfortunately. I'm working on my Titan's Nightwing. Nice. We'll get it painted up. It's just mostly just black and then a little bit of red. So luckily there's not a whole lot of color layering you have to do at least. So that's good. Cool. I want to see it when it's all painted up. Let's see. Use the 4mm as the base, then the 2mm on the top. Says Joshua Campbell. I agree. I think that's what we're gonna go. Go 2, then 4. James Allen says. Oh. Christian says, I like your new look. Oh.
This is the
This is the
working from home look.
Yeah. I just gave all the boys haircuts yesterday, and I didn't get to doing mine yet, so I've got a full like red beard going on. So but thank you, Christian, I appreciate it. Hey, Terry Kitchen, how's it going? Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so we had a split vote from everybody, but I think I'm gonna go with the 4mm as our base, and then 2mm on top.
I'm gluing this, Thomas. Fixing it.
Back on.
We only exist during the live stream. Nothing else happens.
We're just like, we just poof into existence anytime there's a live stream. And just life freezes for us. It's like, we're like a TV show.
Basically.
We wait for you guys before we do anything. We wait for you guys to tune in.
Is that hot?
Yeah, it might be.
Sounds like how my students think. Exactly. That's what I was going with.
All right. Okay, so let's start off. Let's get this tape together. So now this was originally created to work with polyplastics, making your own warbler kind of thing. Oh, you know what? I might want to try printing this again. I don't think I set it to be like actual size.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Shoot. I can't switch it on my phone.
Is there access to it on your computer? Using one of the infinite, yep, that's it. We just freeze. using
One of the
infinity
Infinity Stone. Oh yeah, don't tell them we have that.
You can plug that back in.
Okay.
We
So,
like
sorry,
just
I just realized I
existing.
didn't print that off with the right settings. So I need to.
I'll show you. It like runs off the page there.
So it probably was doing some kind of shrink to fit or something like that. I printed it from my phone and the printer was giving me issues. So let me momentarily just resend that to the printer.
James says he's got through first version of the Plague Doctor mask done, not liking it. The beak is slanted down too far. How's the garden? Mine is being overran with weeds. Garden's good. Yeah, we're good there. We have. Oh, I didn't tell Sky. We've got 2 little tiny tomatoes. One's just like barely there, but I'm counting it. And we've got some bell peppers, and I just had the thing fall off again. Yeah, garden is going.
It just fell off.
Yeah, I don't think the hot glue is gonna work.
Was it not hot enough?
Maybe. I forced it. We'll get it hotter. Yeah, the weeds are killing me though because we've had a lot of rain, and so then the weeds just keep coming. And I keep pulling them, but we have mulch, so hopefully we'll get that done. Anyway, that's that. I stay in my classroom at night and wait for them to come back. Yeah. That sounds about right. We just sit here and wait for you all to come back. It's so weird. Our kids just take care of themselves. Just kidding. Oh. Zambi wants to know why FOMO is so expensive. I'm sorry you feel that way. It's just how to cover our costs, and hopefully I'd make it available to you to get it to you in 2 days' time. But we hope that you enjoy it and that it makes cool stuff. Yeah.
If they're in Canada, then it's.
Oh, if you're in Canada, then we understand. Oh wait, we're in Canada.
We have FOMO in Canada.
So if you're like
And
Mexico,
let us know if the price, if we didn't get the price conversion right
us.
on that, because we just tried to
we're
convert it straight over.
Really want to hear how to make the experience good.
Okay, that's looking better. Get rid of those ones. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna tape this together. If you want to keep reading comments out so that I can respond or different things.
Thomas wants to know, have you ever used epoxy sculpt?
I have not. I've heard of it. Is it is that one a 2-part thing, or is it just the one and it's just kind of air dries to a hard surface? I know a lot of people have said they like using FOMO better kind of thing because it's lighter weight, but then also too the epoxy sculpt was like really inflexible, and then also like just because of I don't know, something about the working time and like having it be hard to stick to different things or something. but I haven't used it personally. I have seen it before.
He said yes, 2-part. And Bomb Build said, hey again, okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. Hope your projects are going well. Sounds like you've got a couple going tonight. Okay, so I would normally use like clear tape or something like that. You can tape it on either side, but I don't know. I think we're out of clear tape, so just on the back side,
Do you want a different chair?
do this. Is it squeaky?
Quite squeaky.
Swap it.
Well, here, take mine. Mine's easier to switch.
Oh, then you can switch with that one, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, sorry. Little chair swap. That's better. Okay, so here we go. We've got this. Now, because like printers usually can't print all the way to the edge, there is a gap. Simply grab a ruler, and if you want to, just play connect the dots from the one line to the next, etc., etc., etc. Guess that should have been a dashed line. Sorry. Here we go. Dash line and dash line. There we go. Cool. So that's all our lines. We're going to start by cutting out the pieces, and then we'll be able to trace those onto our foam. What have we got?
Bomb Build says, well, Fusion 360 crashed, so hoping the progress saved, but the BS, or is it, I don't know, mech helmet is still going good.
Nice.
And then Much Pop said, I bought some epoxy sculpt and some free foam air epoxy. Thought I'd try out some different materials. Sweet.
Cool, cool.
Aw, Zambi, I'm sorry you're having a hard time. I said I'm leaving 5th grade. I was super happy till I realized that my friends will be gone and most of them are going to school.
Shoot,
It's
that
hard
stinks.
now, and I want all my friends and I to stick together. Oh, bud, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
that's...
promise, like, you'll make new friends as time goes on, but I loved 5th grade. I have very fond memories of 5th grade and my buddies there.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll bounce back, I promise. Alright, we got some cutting out.
Yeah. Cutting going. Super intense. Kind of wish I had like a little like music soundboard kind of thing to like play like random like different like tracks when I'm doing different things.
Bomb Build Prop says, has anyone heard about the Academy of Art University? It's basically a filmmaking school but offers professional prop making classes. Anyway, I'm attending there this fall, so wish me luck. That sounds
Whoa,
awesome.
sweet. That is way cool. Yeah, good luck. That's awesome. I haven't heard of it but that before, but that's
I
sweet.
think I have, as far as a filmmaking school.
Yeah, the name
but-
sounds familiar for that. I didn't know they did like prop making stuff.
Hi Alex Wong, welcome. Yeah, looks like 11 now. It kind of changes as you go on. Hi Uriel.
Hey, Uriel. And Alex, you said?
Yeah.
Hi, Alex. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so we got that piece cut out. Now, only 3 more to do. Do you want the hot glue again? I think it's
I can grab it.
hot now. But you got fun build plans for the weekend?
Much Prop says, is it in San Francisco, Bomb? And Paulina says, I have to leave real quick, probably gonna be a while, or not, who knows. Good luck.
All right. Well, good luck. We'll see you if you come back, and if not, have a great night and a great weekend.
Bomb Build says multiple alumni from there now work for Marvel, Warner Brothers, and Lucasfilm, so it would be incredible if I ended up there. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Sounds like pretty good company. That's great.
And Bruno says it's in San Francisco. Yeah, I remember when I was looking up. I actually graduated from with a theater degree, and I was looking at a film acting degree. So I was actually like looking at schools like that. But I went to the University of Utah. Okay, Zambi says.
Sorry, you guys aren't missing much. I'm just cutting these things out, so I figured I'd tip it up so we could chat.
Okay. Gotta put this back or I'm gonna melt everything. And then I'll get to your comments. Sorry, guys. I can't believe it's Thursday already. Like, I feel like that week flew by. But it's so good to be with y'all. Okay.
Did it go by super fast for anybody else?
Yeah. Anybody else be like, wow, live stream again? Were you filming?
No, I just forgot to turn it off.
Oh, Zambi. Okay, I'll try to stick with it for a while. You're gonna do great. And honestly, the friends you make throughout life, they'll just grow and grow and grow. This fall, Leigh says, I'm going to be a lunch lady at middle school in my small town. My youngest starts kindergarten.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
So I need something to do during the day. That's crazy. Break a mama heart. Okay, I finished 3 Fallout helmets today. Holy cow, you're a machine. Built shelves in my closet to store more foam and built a cabinet for a new soda make I got for my B-Day. What? What is this soda make?
Is it like a soda stream
Is
kind
it
of
like
thing?
a soda stream or is it like a legit soda machine?
That would
I
be
really want
dangerous.
pebbled ice. We've been buying pebbled ice because our ice maker broke, and now I don't ever want to go back. You can't make me.
Like wishing that they had like a pebble ice machine, like that we could like replace our ice machine in our fridge with.
I don't want to waste the money on generic ice. I'm above that now.
But I don't think they make like a model that fits our fridge that does pebble
Oh, it says Soda Stream got tons of mixes and syrups.
Sweet. Yeah, we got a soda stream a while back.
But we didn't get enough mixes. That's where we went wrong. Although I thought about using it today.
Yeah, we've mostly just like made carbonated like fizzy water with it, and then we put like
lemon in it or something.
yeah, just like fresh citruses and things like that, which is nice too. Kind of make our own like La Croix or like Spindrift or whatever. I know that it's probably officially supposed to be named LaCroix, but because that's what the business company calls it. I don't know if anybody else is familiar with this. Is it only in Utah?
No, it's
Oh,
everywhere.
okay.
Remember, like in Superstore, they have it.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I think the actual company says it's called LaCroix, but
The river that they're along is LaCroix.
oh, but it's a French word. It's a LaCroix.
Bug Skyler. Anyway, yeah, so we make our own little LaCroix. LaCroix. It feels so dirty.
Feels so
now.
weird to say LaCroix.
Okay, let's see. Bomb Build says, I still have a grill that I got for my birthday that needs to be assembled. My birthday was in January. Sounds
Nice.
like us. Welcome back, Paulino. Anyone else excited for the Snyder Cut of Justice League? Sweet. Anybody else?
The what?
The Snyder Cut of Justice League.
Oh,
Cocktail
I haven't
syrups
heard.
work awesome with it. Yeah, that would make sense. We have like I mix like coconut with my Diet Coke, so I need to get like different things like that. Louise, I need to study more English, really understand what you say. Sorry if we're talking too weird.
So on that,
Speaking strangely.
Thomas, like, I don't know if you guys have it and have any of these in your states yet, but they're really big here in Utah. They're just soda shops. So like all they do is just sell like soda, but they do a bunch of the combinations with the different like syrup flavorings and things like that, and do a bunch of like mixed combinations with like fresh lime
Yeah,
and
it's
different
huge here.
flavorings and that kind of stuff. They usually sell cookies and stuff too. But anyway, they have like drive-throughs and everything, and they're like all over the place. It's crazy. So I don't know if that exists anywhere else, but yeah, we definitely like the whole like syrup mix-in stuff with soda.
Yeah. It's not healthy.
I was just sharpening up my dope knife. So real quick here, I got all the pieces cut out. Kachika, kachika, kachika. There we go. But right here, these need to get cut out fully in the rectangle, these solid black spots. So I just got the dope knife sharpened up so that I can get those nice and clean and not try to do those with scissors. So now that I've said that, we can go back to chatting while I cut these out.
Paulina has to
Continue.
make Roger again.
Oh no. Well, my father-in-law always says the best work we do is the work we redo. So it's going to be even better than it ever was because you've been able to redo it so many times.
And then Snyder Cut of Justice League in 2021. Good. Don't plan anything for this year. Just
For
they
2021.
should know. Don't release anything this year. Paulina says I cut my finger today bad. Was that when you were saying you almost cut your vein?
That's scary.
Watch out. Be safe. And Muchpop says we have one in a town close by that has all kinds of novelty Cokes, flavors and stuff, but I haven't strayed away from my house in a few months, and things are still rough here with COVID.
Yeah.
It's funny, but like our soda shops were considered like to be open during this time. Like it was good. It was good for me.
Yeah, they were in the list of, I guess, necessary businesses.
Well, I was anything that like food
Yeah,
or beverage
food-related
that
retail
could
and
just
stuff that
if
had
it
drive-throughs.
had a drive-through, and they
Yeah.
all have drive-throughs.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. All right. So, I'm going to reach up here and
Okay.
grab my handy dandy bin o pins. Ooh, bin o pins. It's got a nice rhyme to it.
Nice.
And then
Oh, Bonzel, sorry, I missed something. Planning on getting a metal lathe soon, so maybe I could machine my own aluminum lightsabers. That'd be sweet.
whoa, that'd be sweet. That'd be so legit. I like it. Okay. So, because I haven't labeled it on this pattern yet, I'm going to write on here. Does this guy work?
It's always a gamble.
We shall find out. Ah, it'll work well enough. Okay. So we're gonna go 4mm on this piece. Now, I believe that this piece is thinner and this piece is the thicker piece. So we're gonna go 4mm on this, 2mm on this. Do you wanna go grab one of yours just so we can kind of
Sure.
reference?
Muchpop says our town of about 19,000 has over 900 tests positive.
Oh my goodness.
Holy moly. We're going up every day, like so much. Everybody got super relaxed, and now it's
Yeah, we think they kind of opened things up a little too quickly here, trying to get stuff going. It's hard. It's a hard balance to strike for sure. Okay, so if we do that and flip it, does that give us enough? Just testing out the sizing on this to see.
Oh, he says that my wife works at a hospital.
Oh,
Stressful.
that's scary. Do that. We should have plenty of room. Okay. So I'm going to kind of sneak this up along this edge here, so there's a straight edge right there that I won't really have to do much cutting on. And then I'm going to pin this down. Yes, so that's higher. Well, that's about the same height, huh? They just kind of have indents in between them.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, we can do that.
Sorry, you're not seeing what
So you're not seeing what we're seeing.
This was the one that we made years ago.
Out of our version of Warbler that you can make with polyplastics. So what I was just looking at was to see if I determined that these were different heights. And actually, they're the same height. They've just got this valley in between them. And then same here, there's just kind of this little separation. But this is the same height. So we're going to go 2 millimeter across the board on all of these. But we will round down the edges of the inside of these so that it has a nice little divot in between. And then the same here. So, cool. Well, that will work out nicely. Cool. So we'll just do the base in the 4 then.
Fixed it. Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna pin this in, hitting up the corners.
Joshua says restaurants, movie theaters and bowling alleys are back open in my town now.
I think I saw something that
I don't think I can
the
go to
theater
the
near us
That's
is
stressful.
going to open back up on the 10th next month or something.
Much Prop says nice bracelet.
Oh yeah, thanks. It's pretty awesome.
Can they see my
I don't know if they can see. Hold on.
Yeah, we can.
Is it reversed for you guys?
Nope, I see it.
Oh, okay. It doesn't want to focus that close.
That's okay, I see it. So good. Your wrists are kind of small.
Yeah, that was when I got him. I was like, "Oh, your wrists are definitely bigger than mine." But this one's not too bad. It's got enough. It's like tight enough. The other one was a little bit larger, I think, and so that one's harder to keep in one place. But yeah, it's super cool.
He said they were snug on me. It's just a little guy.
I've got small wrists. All right. What?
I just think it's cute.
Oh.
My 7-year-old asked me to make a She-Ra costume for her. I've been using a Wonder Woman template to make the bracers. Seem cheaper than buying one.
Yeah.
Leia says, my husband's work has their first positive person. We're in Oklahoma. Oh, sorry, not Oklahoma. We are okay because he has not been in work since March.
Oh, that's scary though. We had someone that was in one of our offices test positive, and so it was kind of a big scare, and they had everybody that was in the office that day like get tested, and they closed down the office for a bit and everything. Just kind of crazy.
Hello, Bob the Bob. Welcome.
Shoot, Rama, you know what I didn't do first?
What did you not do?
I didn't prepare those lines to be drawn.
Embarrassing. Embarrassing, Skylar. Maybe you should explain that a little more.
Yeah, so what I didn't do was these lines, in order to trace them onto the foam, I'm gonna trace these lines onto the foam and do score the foam a little bit along these lines. And to trace them on, I would want to be able to do that all in one go once I have it pinned down so that they stay all in the same place. So what I'm gonna do is score along or just kind of cut through the paper here. But if you cut through all the lines, it's just gonna like fall apart. So what you have to do is you have to be a little bit more meticulous, and pretty much any time where you have an intersection of lines that are gonna be that you're gonna be cutting. So this one actually, this is gonna be overlapped by these pieces. So we don't need to cut those. But these lines coming down, I'm gonna just start right there at the edge. Can we see the screen on the screen? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And then
It's
I'm
hard
gonna
to kind of see the dotted lines. They're a little
get
faint. The screen's kind of blown out a bit.
down here. Here, well, let's do this.
Whoa. This just
Give
got
you guys
real.
a close up. And maybe if we expose for the bright white part. That better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, then it went out.
Dang it.
Your hand through everything. Oh.
Okay. Can you kind of see it? Looks like you can see it.
We can see it fine.
Okay. So, and then right before I get to the corner here, I'm going to stop, lift up my blade, and then come just to the other side of the corner, and then come down through. But now I'm going to be intersecting right down here with a piece that I'm also going to have to do that edging line on. So before I get to that line, I'm going to stop just like about 1/8 of an inch away, so that I have the cut openings, but I have some connection points that keep all the whole pattern together. And then that way when I come across here, I've got that gap to protect myself. And then you just connect the dots once you trace them on. It's not that hard to then figure out where you're going. So same thing, I'm just gonna kind of go through and do this throughout. I'm gonna cut along this line, and then right before this intersection, I'm gonna stop, and then I'm gonna be able to go just a little bit in from that intersection like that. Now, once again, right here, I'm gonna have some crisscrossing. So I'm gonna stop, go past it to the other side, and then go back down like that. And then on this side. Anyway, you guys get the idea. I'll just keep doing this and we can chat while I do it. I won't give as much commentary anymore. What do we got?
Let's see. Paulino says, remember the gunshots talked about last time? It was fireworks for the graduation, but I was scared until I knew. Yeah, that could be scary.
Oh yeah, well I'm glad it wasn't
Yeah.
gunshots, and that it was a celebration of people graduating. So I can keep going on this one.
And Leia says, last week I had a kitchen fire.
Oh.
The element in my oven shorted out. Not fun.
Doesn't look good.
Yeah, that is freaky.
Yeah.
Zambi, the fact that I'll be able to see my friends again in real life will make me happy. I just wish I could say goodbye to everyone before I left. Sorry, bud.
Didn't get to say bye to everyone because of
He's gonna
the virus stuff?
No, he's gonna go like turn in his computer and finish the year up.
Oh.
This is the most I've ever seen you do on a stream, and no chocolate in sight. Okay, well so here's the story.
I knew they'd ask.
I knew this would come up. My kids wanted to have French toast for dinner. So I feel like we ate like a brick of sugar for dinner. Like syrup and cut fruit and powdered sugar, and they basically just like licked the powdered sugar up. And I don't know. But the funny thing is, just like 2 seconds ago, I was like, man, you know, it sounds so good. I think it's because we were talking about movie theaters. I was like, oh, I'd really love some like sour straws right now.
But yeah, we were kind of all sugared out from dinner.
Oh yeah, we made out in brioche bread. It was really good. Leia doesn't like French toast. Okay, Leia, this is why we'd be really good friends. Because I would eat all the food you don't like. And much about Thomas. Come on, a little chocolate to take the edge off. We're also trying to get to bed earlier, and so if I'm like hyped up on sugar, then I have weird dreams or I can't sleep. Paulina, what? I love French toast, but it's fine. Yeah. But yeah, this guy's working hard. I'm just chatting with y'all.
Chat. We wanted to.
I eat the meat and the veggies, and you can eat the sugar. Well, I like meat and veggies too. I just eat more than you apparently, because I eat it all.
Okay. So there we go. So we've got. This is just kind of the cool trick I use to be able to get all my detail lines so that I can mark everything up all at once without having it just be like completely shredded. And then I'll show you in a second once we trace it on how you can just kind of connect the dots from there. So.
Aww. Out past curfew. Sorry, I am super late. Like 3 live streams late. Oh my gosh, you just put $100 in.
What?
What? Thank you.
You can be late anytime.
Yeah, you can.
Next time, do 5 live streams late.
Bob the Bob. Somebody bet me I couldn't make an entire army of 40k out of green stuff. I'm currently 15 minutes down on my orc army. I feel stupid. I don't know what you're saying.
Couldn't make what?
An entire army for 40k out of green stuff. Huh.
An entire army of 40,000? Is that what they...
No. Explain. We want to know more.
I know. Wait, and then partway through the orc army?
Much Prop says, I need to make friends with Al past curfew. Did I already say that? Joshua Campbell says, they're Chips Ahoy Sour Patch cookies. Oh, that sounds awful. I don't know if I can do that. Have you tried it?
Chips Ahoy Sour Patch cookies?
And then
Ouch.
Much
How
Prop
does that
says, Bob, did you see Jazz's green stuff sculpt he recently did?
Okay, wait, what's green stuff?
No, we don't. No, we feel stupid.
I feel like green stuff is that stuff you put in your bike tire that's kind of like the slimy stuff that fills the holes. Is that not what green stuff is?
Epoxy.
Oh, cool.
Epoxy.
Wow,
Cool.
sweet. So wait, you're
Share
making...
stuff with us on Instagram. We like to see what people are
Yeah,
making.
please do. Okay, wait, so an army of 40,000 orcs made out of this
Epoxy
epoxy putty stuff?
How big are these orcs? Is it like, are they like model size? Like, what are we talking here? For miniatures. Yeah, that's what I think.
Wow, that's crazy though. That's amazing.
An army for the game called 40k. Okay, now I'm
Oh,
following.
okay,
Sorry.
for the game called 40K. Okay.
It's because I'm the one reading this. If Skylar had read it, it would have made sense.
Wow.
Tabletop game. Yeah, my friend, her husband makes stuff like that. Sweet.
That's amazing. That's way cool.
Paulina says, I want to build a Darth Vader helmet, but it's hard.
Okay, so real quick, just what I'm doing here, I'm going to use the silver marker. I don't have my good ones. They ran out of ink, so we're going to have to use these ones from Walmart that have a lot wider lines and get a little bit messier, but we got this. So I'm going to use the silver for the outside, so I know that I'm doing straight lines on those, straight cuts. And then on the inside, I'm going to use, I think it would be, I'm going to use purple because I don't have the green that I would normally use. So I'll just use purple for the ones where I'm just supposed to score it and not cut all the way through. So anyway, continue. Sorry. Just wanted to give the little update as I started a new piece.
$100. That was pretty sweet.
Cha.
And then Bob the Bob says 32 millimeter. So that's how tall they are. And then NP, which not sure.
32 millimeters, so like 3 centimeters.
Yeah, I know what 32 millimeters means, but I just didn't know what NP means.
Wow, that's intense. Those are small. How much detail?
Yeah, I was gonna say how detailed are they? I think he sent you a picture.
Oh, sweet.
So Much Prop says, how quick do those pens run out?
These ones, from Walmart, they run out. I don't know. They do okay, but they run out pretty quick. The ones that I are prototype ones for the ones we're gonna come out with, it lasted me like a year.
Yeah, I mean you have to. They're paint pens, so you kind of have to pump them a bit, like on a piece of paper.
But yeah, they lasted a really long time. It was awesome. So, all right. So now these interior lines. But yeah, the nice thing is these are these metallic markers from Walmart. You can get like a pack of 4 of them, gold, silver, purple, and blue, for like, I want to say like $1 or $2, something like that. Pen Gear by Pen Gear. Anyway, so it's a good fallback for sure. And I have a bunch of them for like when we do like live workshops and events and things like that to have for people to be able to use.
Zambi asked, "Will you ever finish the hiccup armor?"
Yes, I definitely will. The Pauldrons video has had good progress. I've been working on it. I know just because it's not out, it seems like I didn't do anything. But it is, it's got some good progress and it's coming along really well. It's super fun. And yeah, I'm excited to get the rest of the costume finished up. I plan on doing the whole thing because Hiccup's like my, I feel like my screen counterpart.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
We're watching like Race to Dragon's Edge with the kids on our pizza movie nights, and everything. Like, there's so much that happens, and it's like, oh yeah, that's totally that's totally me. So yeah, but anyway, so yeah, I'm super excited. I plan on doing the van braces and the wings and having them fully articulate, like pop out and back in and everything, and making his Inferno sword and everything, the peg leg, everything. So once I cut these, I probably should have pinned them down. Because it's kind of a longer run. So pinning them down in the middle of that run helps to keep them from bending up too much. The nice thing about these is because they are kind of like, they're like thicker, wider, at least they like bleed really well. So you can kind of just go along this and then like it'll just bleed through your little line that you cut with the X-Acto blade. Whereas with the... Oh, we're live. We're back.
Okay, so don't restart the router.
I don't think so.
Are we here? Is this real life?
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
I don't know what happened. I think we lost internet for a second. It was just like spinning, trying to say reconnecting and stuff. I switched to like another Wi-Fi connection. Like we have 2 different like gigahertz bandwidths and stuff that it goes at. Tried to switch to the other one, it said no internet, and then I switched back to the other one, and then finally it ended up connecting, so, and had internet. But yeah, we're back.
3 people, everyone left. No, 7 now. I'll go back up.
Is it blurry then? Is it
still blurry? It's not blurry on mine.
okay?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, maybe it's just buffering, trying to get everything back up.
Much Prop says, I don't have the patience to color code my templates for cutting. It's hard enough to color up my templates. Those are garbage. What's garbage?
Sent a picture sure one of my orcs on Facebook.
the-
Oh, sweet. Bob the Bob. I'll check that out.
Was it the chocolate Sour Patch gummy cookies garbage? Is that what we're talking about here?
What?
I
Looks good to me. Where are you at?
don't know. I'm all over the place.
Did you go back?
Yeah.
I was watching a
Just
video
trying to
that had a
catch it.
song mixed with How to Train Your Dragon clips. Then I saw a comment saying in every movie Hiccup loses something. His leg, his father, toothless.
Aw.
Yeah, I guess that's true. In each movie.
Do you think Alaska is boring? Probably not. You're like eaten by a wolf. Just kidding. It's like stereotypical. My sister raised sled dogs. That's where my brain goes. That's what she does. Are you going to do Fandom Bound Friday? It's been so hard because our thrift stores have been closed. So, we will try.
And I don't have a very extensive wardrobe. But yeah. We'll try to think of something put together for tomorrow. Well, also too, it'll help because we've been going to bed sooner and getting up earlier, so I'll have more
this
time.
guy like jumps into a meeting when he wakes up. I can't sleep. Probably because you're watching this.
Okay, sweet. So I don't know what you guys last heard before I disconnected, but essentially, I was just talking about the lines. While it was disconnected, I did draw in these to cut out. So I think we're good to remove all the pins and cut this out.
Much props us to be 3 hole punch Jim.
Oh yeah.
He was Jim last time.
Oh yeah.
He just wasn't 3 hole punch Jim. So I guess you could be 3 hole punch Jim this time.
That's true. All right, cool. So you can see, boom, transferred all those lines. We've just got these little gaps, which are easy enough to just take your marker and just go, oh, continue. It won't be as skinny nice, but continue that line that way. Continue that line that way. Oh, that's where they'd meet up. Dang it. Is this just a bad angle? Oh, we're back. Okay. Is this a bad angle for the Wi-Fi or something? I don't know.
That's weird. Like, bad angle for your phone to sit at for Wi-Fi.
I don't know, maybe. Causing it to like pass through too many things to get to it, the Wi-Fi card. I don't know. Anyway, so here we go. Cutting out time.
Moving it back.
Oh, sorry, thanks. Just gotta give the dope knife the good little 1-2 on the knife honing blade. And we're off. So, silver means straight cuts. I'm gonna cut past where I actually need to go.
Is that how you get the corners to be nice and...
Yeah, so I'll go past where I need to go, and then I'm gonna go into the corner on this one and plunge it in straight down, then tilt my blade down, nice and straight, and pull through on that one. Especially with these type of angles and stuff, I always find it helps to just like rotate your foam around. So I'm gonna go put the tip of the dope knife. This is when it's really handy to have like nice sharp tip with like a hobby knife blade type of thing like this. That you can kind of just find that same corner you did before, get it at the right angle, plunge that in, angle down to do your straight cut, and just pull it straight through.
Still waiting on that Assassin's Creed style knife sharpener, says Thomas.
I know. I'm so excited to do that. It's gonna be legit. I think about it frequently. But I gotta get you guys the other stuff first. I gotta get you the Hiccup pauldrons and then the Stormtrooper and Darksaber stuff. And then I will be able to turn my attention to that.
How about those pauldrons, bro?
Is that much processing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, this video is...
You will not be disappointed.
You will not be disappointed. This video is gonna blow your mind. It's gonna be so fun. So yeah, just cutting this out. Cochica. So now, because these, once again, because these markers kind of bleed quite a bit, the line's going to be quite wide. And so, but if you remember, I had the paper on it, and then I was tracing on the outside of the paper. So basically, if you cut along the inside of this marker mark, you'll be cutting exactly the size of your of the pattern that you were tracing.
Mushpop says, saw a commercial for FOMO on Facebook yesterday. Sweet.
Oh, nice. Good deal. Did it make you want to buy it? Did you click through and be like, oh, yes, must buy?
Must buy.
Because that's what we're going for. That's what ads are supposed to do, right?
Just gotta have it.
I'm glad it is targeting the right people then.
At the top it said, Skylar Rosser likes Cosplay Apprentice.
Nice.
Paulino.
What?
Past curfew, you have a lot of money, am I right? Apparently.
Okay. So, perfect. Now what I'm going to do is hand this remaining piece of WTF over to Olivia so she can start tracing and getting the other one done.
So I flip it around, right?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
I'm learning, people.
And here's
All
the
you
hands.
see is a template. Past curfew says, LOL, it's all relative. It's true.
Hopefully that didn't do anything. I just pushed a button. Okay. Anyway, there we go. All right. So now.
Terry says, "Well, good night, kids. I'll see you foam freaks around. Good night."
All right. Good night. Have a good one. I like that. Foam freaks.
But look at that thing you sent over on Instagram.
Yes, definitely. I'm excited to see your guys' stuff that you all sent over. Wait, did Terry send something as well?
I thought it was Terry.
Because Bob the Bob sent us
If
the
I'm
orc
wrong,
pictures.
I'm sorry. Send us something.
Okay, so now we've got all our purple lines that we want to do our engraved detail on. So let's
look,
jump
hello,
into that. Oh. All right, can everybody see this okay? So, ooh, I almost blew those off the table. Okay. No, now I really did blow it off the table. I was trying to blow off the blade.
Okay, so I go around it with purple. Is that right?
No, with silver.
No, I'm an embarrassment.
No, you're not.
That's it.
With silver on the outside, and then it would be good. I found out to pin on the middle of these as well. Okay, so now that I've done a bunch of cutting, you want to go ahead and give this another.
He's obsessed.
Home.
Basically.
Well, just watch my video on how to make an X-Acto blade last forever. But change the title to a dope knife lasts forever. Get yourself a dope knife and make that your forever blade.
I'm looking for a forever blade.
we should do like some kind of like mock like diamond commercial, but it's like for people to like buy their special someone like a forever blade.
Yeah. That's funny.
And it's the dope knife. That will be legit. All right, if you guys want to see the K Jeweler version of dope knife commercial, let us know in the comments. All right. It's sad that it's like I can't match that thin thickness.
I saw that too.
Of those
Much
lines.
props.
What?
They're making Pokemon snaps for the Switch.
Pokemon snaps. Oh, the one you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I didn't want to tell my kids because I don't want to buy a Switch.
Okay, cool. So here we go. This is what we're gonna do. Couple tricks that you can do for cutting your lines, scoring lines. Rule of thumb is you never want to cut more than halfway through the thickness of the material that you're doing, just because it tends to weaken it. Technically, the real rule of thumb that I say is
The rule of thumb, but the real rule.
the real rule of thumb that I say is that you don't want to cut down past having 2 millimeters left that you haven't cut on your foam. So for 4 millimeter in this case, it is halfway, because then it gives you 2 millimeters left if you go down 4. Obviously, the depth also depends on how pronounced of a line you want that to be. If you do shallower, it'll create just a tiny little like V groove on the top. If you want deeper, to have like a really like prominent like line and even have it get a little bit wider of a gap, then you want to go deeper. The deeper you get, the wider the gap. And then basically the rule of thumb, yeah, don't cut more than like past 2 millimeters left of your foam, right? So if it's a 6 millimeter foam, you can cut down 4 millimeters deep. But yeah, if you really need to, for scoring like for the etching line like this, you probably wouldn't do that on a 6 millimeter, even going 4 millimeters deep. But for example, if you were doing like a valley cut or a groove cut on the back, you could do that down to 2 millimeters, and do 4 millimeters and leave 2 millimeters left. But anyway, that's kind of the rule of thumb. Leave yourself at least 2 millimeters of the foam left to keep your strength and durability up. So, trick you can do for doing this is you can hold, I'm going to hold it upside down for a second so you guys can see. It's going to be kind of weird. Hold on. I'll rotate. No.
Is this weird for you guys that we're like actually making something?
Yeah, I'm not keeping track of the comments though, if you want to look up every once
They're
in a while.
talking about how fun the Switch is and that I should buy it. Just kidding. Just saying, the Switch is fun. Zambi said, good morning. Are we keeping you up way too late? Much Props says, I really like that they released some of my favorite console games on it, like Skyrim and Witcher.
Oh, cool.
Roger is a battle droid from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap. A copy of The Last Part 2, The Last of Us Part 2 just got released.
I don't know if I'm holding this at an angle that you guys can see, but essentially what I'm doing is, yeah, you have to be careful with this. Placing my finger, so normally I'd be holding it like
Don't tell Paul,
this.
you know, if it's gonna
Place,
put his fingers in danger.
placing my finger
Needs his
along
fingers.
the flat part of the blade, so I'm not cutting myself or anything, along the flat part of the blade, and then I'm holding the blade up against the foam at the angle that I will probably be cutting, and then pulling it up to where my finger's touching the top of the foam and it's going down to the depth that I want the cut to be. Then I just keep my finger in that position and then use that basically as a guide for my depth. To get a nice even depth across your foam. So that's a good trick if you're worried about like trying to do it. The other thing you can do is find that depth that you like and then wrap a piece of tape around your blade, only leaving the sharp part for the remaining amount that you want to cut. You can also create, like, use polyplastics or something like that to just create like a sheath that goes over all the blade but the part that you want, and then use that. But a couple different ways to do it. Once you get pretty used to doing it, you can just kind of just go for it and gauge your depth and keep that pretty consistent just with eyeballing it. So now when I come into these, I'm going to want to make these like line up pretty well. So I don't want to go past that. I want to stop right at it.
Oh boy. Just finished. Yeah.
Nicely done, honey bunny.
Got it traced.
Do you want a dope knife so you can cut it out?
Sure do.
Sweet.
What's your favorite dragger? How to Train Your Dragon? Mine's the Speed Stingers, the Triple Strike, and the Alpha. Yeah, much props. I was keeping track of the countdown. Oh, they're talking about a game. Jake skipped about the game that just got released that Joshua.
Oh, okay. And up here you can go past it a little bit because we'll be attaching these pieces over the top. So, and I want to meet up with this. And meet right along with that. And start here. All right, cool. So I've got all of those done. And now I can do these.
So this is just scoring, and then you're gonna heat it, and it will open up.
Yep.
Is that what you're working on right now?
Yep. Nice.
Should we just save the Pokemon one for next time when Red's here? 'Cause I don't think Red's been here.
Yeah. Hey, Red Gaming, are you on? Well, since we were talking about Pokemon Snaps. All right, we're going to take a quick break for our weekly Who's That Pokemon? Well, I don't know. We're already at an hour.
Okay. We're just doing it. We could
Well,
have made it.
I'm going to make more in the morning, so we'll have more for next time.
Okay.
Okay, you guys ready for Who's That Pokemon?
Oh boy.
Ready? And
Well,
we'll see who's going to guess
This
first.
doesn't make any sense with that. Just leave that one down.
Okay,
That'll confuse me.
ready?
Who's that Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon? This might help.
Shrek.
Let's see. Shrek. Did somebody guess Shrek? Nope, it's not Shrek. It's a Pokemon. Let's see. It's a two blown out. There we go. A little bit better. Anybody know? Anybody? Let's see. I'm gonna be impressed if somebody gets this.
No one's getting it.
Come on, guys. We need Red's Gaming on here. Who? Amber? Did she guess it before, like the last one?
Amber
Before?
hasn't been on tonight.
But did she like
Yeah,
guess
she
that
did
pincer
guess
before
it,
I even
yeah.
like brought it in?
That
Oh,
evolution.
hey, Zambi. Do you know its name? It is the evolution of Scorbunny, final evolution, but who is it?
I sure don't know.
Let's see. We can help Zambi out and be like, hey, Google, who's the
On the website bulbagarden.net, they say, it evolves
Dream
into
Bud.
Reboot starting at level 16, which evolves into Cinderace starting at level 35. Do you want a little more context?
Whiskers, Dream Bunny, Star Fox. No, we're good, Google. Thank you. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Avec plaisir.
Oh.
Now you're speaking French to us, Google. Star Fox.
She just spoke French to us.
She speaks French to the kids all the time because she thinks they're speaking French.
That's
'cause
so
they
funny.
don't sound.
That's
They
so
don't
funny.
make any sense.
So Google says Cinderace. I don't know why it pronounces it that way. It's Cinderace.
Cinderace.
Yeah.
It's like what Tristan.
Anyway, it's like a It's like a soccer playing like bunny fire Pokemon. That's the latest in the installments. Just made this yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, there we go. I was like, yeah, we have a new Pokemon for Who's That Pokemon tonight.
Just cut this weird. No big deal. No big deal.
I'm sure you cut it just fine, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, so now these ones are in silver, so I'm going to cut these completely out. So now with this, a trick. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys here, give you a closer look. So when you're dealing with small tight corners like this, what I like to do is get the blade, tip it up straight to right into my corner, plunge that down in, and then you tilt back into the direction you're going to be going. You pull through, and then as you get to your next corner, you're going to want to tip your blade back up as you reach into that corner, so that it's like basically this part of the blade is running straight up and down. Oh man, my hand's in the way. This part of the blade is running straight up and down into that corner, and then you stop. Then you're going to pull it out, rotate, and you're just going to repeat that same thing. You're going to get the tip right into that corner, go straight up and down, plunge the blade in. Now this one's a short little run, so I'm not even going to like tilt too much. I'm just going to kind of just pull the tip through into that corner to where this is sitting up and down, and then pull that out. Put the tip in straight up and down into my pulling position, pull it through. As I get to the edge, I'm going to rock back up here to straight up and down, and then the last one, straight up and down, plunge, little bit of a tilt, but mostly just kind of pull that into the last corner, and voila, there you go. Nice tight corners without
Move it forward a little.
oh sorry, nice like small tight corners without having like much like overcutting or anything like that on your foam. So
Cool. I probably should have been paying attention to that since I'm to that point now.
oh
I still have to do the scoring.
okay, here, you might want this.
Fun fact, one of the longest dino names I know is, I can't say that.
What is it?
It's hard. Much Prop wants to know, do you just melt them down or do they live to see another day? They
No,
play with them.
they're all still kicking, especially this guy.
So funny. Gotta get some dad.
Whoa. No, they're all still kicking. Like, the only one they can't find is Snorlax. Apparently they lost, but no, we haven't melted any of them down. They're all still live and well, and they know about all of them. So if we melted any down, they would know. So, yep, haven't been able to repurpose any of them, except for actually Everett mentioned that.
What?
I said, I don't know if we'll have enough polyplastics to do another one, just because I wasn't sure where the polyplastics was.
There's
And-
plenty.
And there's plenty. And he was like, well, maybe what we could do is we could melt down Tristan's Snorlax.
He's volunteering his brother stuff. Munchrock wants to know why you don't paint them.
I
Lazy.
have chosen to make it a stylistic choice.
I feel like it's just gonna chip off.
To have them be straight white. That's why I've also refused to add faces. I just think it's cool to have them kind of just be like this, like, kind of just like white, like, silhouette shape thing, and not to add too many details, just kind of like some of the key features and everything. And then,
Laziness, excuses.
well, also, so listen up. If I paint them, if we do need to melt them down to make something else, then it's just a mess.
Yeah.
And I can't really do that. If they remain just white and plain like this, then we can just shape it into something else without having to worry about it. I did wonder about adding the pigmentation kind of thing and doing them all fancy and everything, but I just wanted to keep them all consistent and have kind of like this like stylized Pokemon toys. Because Everett tried to convince me I should do a face on this one, and I'm like, but I really think that it's just
Well,
we should keep.
Tristan is very concerned that they don't have eyes. It's very upsetting to him.
I think it's kind of cool.
It's kind of how I draw too, because I don't really draw faces when I draw people. I just kind of draw the shape of the face.
And plus, too, like really to do like the faces in it, it's like not gonna show up that well anyway. Like, and it's just gonna be like these weird like, you're like, what is all over this dude's face? So anyway,
Okay.
multiple reasons, but
So when I do this
yes.
into my scoring,
Okay, so she's
now.
doing the scoring.
So you were talking about 2 millimeters, but do I just go straight in?
Yeah, so you're not gonna cut all the way through the foam.
Yeah, I understand that, but do I just like?
Well, yeah, so you'll get your here's a scrap piece. You'll get your blade
learning here with you.
lined up, like right. Let's say that you're
Do you need these?
yeah. So say your lines like that, right? So if you want to use your finger as a guide, you can.
Oh yeah, you were teaching them
So
that creeper trick.
yeah, so you can do that. Just kind of like hold it how you would normally, and then just hold it on the edge to where it goes into the depth that you would want to get, like no more than halfway.
Okay.
And then you can do that and just kind of run along your line like that,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. Or if you want
can
to,
do that. Don't overcomplicate it.
okay,
Just you can do that.
there you go. Cool. All right. So I've got these two pieces cut out, and I've got all my scoring lines done up. So let's hit this thing with some heat and see the magic.
You have a neurological disorder where you cannot recognize faces.
I think that is actually a real thing, though. It's like called face blindness or something, isn't it? Like there's some people that actually can't like see
Yeah.
faces. I'm not one of them. I can see faces. I just choose not to
I mean,
add them to Pokemon.
it's fine. Yeah, he said the name of it. Propsogagnosia or something. I'm sure I
Oh.
sounded stupid saying that.
Should we close this window? Well, we'll probably need that in a second when we get the contacts on that. Starting to get a little cold. Kick it into high gear. Hopefully this isn't too loud for you guys. Sorry. I have no way to adjust the volume for you guys. So with What the Foam, it takes a little bit longer, and I have a cold window next to me. To-
Yay, and late again. Sorry.
Who is it?
Andre.
Oh, hey, Andre! Welcome, welcome. So while this is, I'm gonna kind of hold this back here. So one thing with What the Foam is when you go to do these lines, it kind of freaks you out because when you start heating it up, it looks like your lines just like close up, and you're like, where did it go? It just disappeared. And if you don't continue heating it, then it won't like actually open up the gap where you cut like you want it to. So don't be afraid to keep
You
hitting.
cut me so badly. Sorry. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's gonna look really dumb.
So yeah, that's oops. That's one thing with the with trying to do
It
that.
just goes so smoothly, and then all of a sudden you're going all over the place.
If you want to, you can use
Yeah.
the lure.
But I just don't know what to do with this one.
Well, we'll see how it looks, and then you might want to redo the piece.
like it's bad enough to redo it.
Well, since that is kind of like a detail line.
So bad.
It's okay. That happens. Anyway, so I'm just gonna keep hitting this with some heat. If you guys want to see it, I'll turn this down.
James, telling you says battle damage. I don't know if that would.
Yeah, it's a pretty clean cut. We'll see. Maybe we can make it work as battle damage. Except for the problem is her van braces can't really be broken.
This is hard this direction. Yay, battle damage. For James so simple.
Yeah.
That was disappointing. Got so far on it. Didn't do it.
You can hit it with the heat and see what it looks like.
Stupid.
No,
Oh, is it supposed to all attach? I didn't know.
Huh? Well, this middle part's getting covered up, so it doesn't have to.
Wait, this part's getting covered up?
In the middle, right here.
No, I'm saying these.
Oh, yeah, these kind of run into these. Is that what you're saying?
These are supposed to attach here?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, there we go. I'm gonna flip this over, keep it flat, doesn't curl or anything. Alright. Cool, there we go. So that's always a fun part, when those details kind of just like show up like that for you.
Unless you messed them up.
You're doing great. Okay, so now we've got these pieces that we're going to need to cut out. And I think we determined we're going to actually do them all in 2mm.
Oh, guys.
You're doing great, Emily. Alright. Okay, so I can't like turn that one off. It's just the fan cooling it down. There we go. Okay, so we've got these pieces, but we're already past an hour, so maybe should we call it?
Have you guys enjoyed this live stream? Is this fun? Or is it kind of lame? Tell us.
Yeah, let us
Was
know
it
what you think.
fun to watch me fail so hard on this?
You did great.
Grumpy.
We'll see if people answer.
I'm enjoying this live stream. Good.
Oh, good, good.
We're glad.
Sweet. So let me show you kind of what where these other pieces are going, right? So we've got our B and C piece. They're gonna go here and here, and then we've got our D piece that's going there, and this continuation of D piece that's going here.
I'm regretting my decision not to have chocolate. So grumpy right now.
All right, so trace all these onto 2mm, but what I want to do is on this edge, on both of these, I want a slight bevel to happen right there, and we can either do that with sanding, or we can cut the bevel in when we first cut the foam, and then we also want to do the same thing with a bevel right here on these two pieces. So what I will want to do to let myself know that I want these to be bevels is usually on my patterns, I would have it be marked with on the pattern itself, these lines that are supposed to be bevels would be like marked with goldish color, as close to gold as you can get with just like on the computer, for picking just a color.
James Allen says, finish next Thursday and I'm enjoying it. Practice makes perfect. This next one's gonna be epic.
Yeah.
I've restarted. 'Cause
Okay.
That one was too embarrassing.
So what we'll do is I'm just gonna hurry and trace these pieces out and cut them out, and then we'll end, and then we'll finish with like assembling them and that kind of stuff next week. That way we can kind of have like a little ongoing live stream project. Oh well. Hold on. I know what I can do for this. Sorry, I just got some gold marker on my little thing.
Little thing.
My little cutting mat. But I can just spray some of this paint thinner stuff on it. And then pull out. I think I'm going to do a video on this. I'm pretty excited about it. These shop towels and how to fold them in a way where you can stick them in like a container type of thing with an opening, and have them just like so that you pull like one out and it just kind of does the whole little like tissue box type of thing. But anyway, so I haven't figured out the container to put them in yet, but I plan on doing like a quick tip video on that. So that stuff should help lift up that permanent marker.
Telling you guys, I'm like really, really sad I didn't bring some chocolate down.
Anyway, there we go. Cool. Somebody like barbecuing something out there?
Yeah, that's what they're calling it these days. Just kidding. Just making stuff up.
It doesn't smell like something other than barbecue.
Maybe they're hungry and they ate French toast for dinner and it was not enough.
Yeah, it smells like brats or something. Hot dogs. It smells good. All right.
Let's go knock on their door.
Hello. Okay. So also too, I need a gold beveled edge along here, and gold beveled edges along these two. Okay. So, cool thing with that is that when you go to pin, you pin it in and everything like that, and then when you go to trace it, you know what edges to draw with what, and you don't get confused, because many a times I have had the problem where I was supposed to cut something on a bevel and or like it was supposed to be something that was just etched in, like how we did the etching details with scoring the foam, and I've like accidentally just like cut straight through it thinking it was a cut line.
Hi, Welby.
Hey Welby, how's it going?
What have you missed? We are making some bracers.
Making some Wonder Woman bracers. Actually,
I made
doing
one
stuff.
and ruined it, and now I'm on a second one.
Yeah, so one thing about that with holding your finger there is kind of the guide thing, is that it is a little odd just because you're not used to holding your hand that way too, so it can
What
cause you
happened?
to like get off. You didn't trace the outline. At least you have those to line it up.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
You're so optimistic.
All right, cool. So gold, I'm gonna trace my gold sides. So I know I need to do a bevel.
Skylar wants to cosplay Wonder Woman? Yep, that's it. He made me a Wonder Woman costume years ago. and now we're remaking it in foam because it was made out of polyplastics and
Yeah, parts of it, like the van braces and stuff.
yeah.
And we made it with like floor mat foam.
They said they were voting the last attendant off the island.
What? Oh, as to what he missed.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we want Wilby to
It's gonna
stay.
be dark.
All right, so I did my gold edges, and this is going to be interesting. So even though I'm tracing it on this side, I'm actually going to need to flip all these, which luckily they're all symmetrical, and I'm going to cut my bevel in, because if I do it out, then my piece becomes too big for what I need. So I'm going to bevel it in, and then flip all these pieces over so that it will actually have the bevel going out, but it will be the right direction. So I'm just doing these arrows to tell myself which way to bevel that. So
So Olivia has no chocolate and she is sad. It's true.
pretty good recap.
Yeah. I chose not to have chocolate tonight and it was a mistake.
What time is it?
It's time for lunch. What time is it? It's time for lunch.
All right, here we
It
go.
is 10:34.
Ooh,
We might
cheap.
have to wrap this up.
Okay. I'll be able to cut these out, and then we'll probably call it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's Polly now. Just turn on me like that.
That you don't have chocolate.
I don't know. But I feel betrayed. Just kidding. We love you.
So now I'm just doing all the edges that would just be straight cuts in the silver. All right.
Okay, so
Silver,
can we get a
gold.
GoFundMe page started for Olivia so she can get some chocolate?
This is a Wilby.
Yeah.
I think he's a sponsor for
For
GoFundMe.
You know what else I want, Welby? Really want some Sour Punch straw. We're gonna
So
start.
add that to the GoFundMe.
That's what I get when we go to movies, and we haven't been to a movie in forever.
All right, so check this out.
Not that I'm ready to go to.
Not only does color coding it help you out a ton, but it also ends up being Wonder Woman colors, gold, silver, and red here. So works out perfect. Okay, so first step, hone your blade. Pull out your forever blade, your dope knife. Your dope knife forever blade. It's like forever home.
Oh.
For a blade.
Welby, you also missed my kitchen fire. It was a highlight of my last week. Yeah.
That's
How
so
did that
scary.
turn out?
Is
by the
everything
way?
okay? Yeah.
Like, how bad was it? I mean, any fire in my kitchen, I'm gonna be very freaking out about. But like, did the fire department have to come? How did you get it put out? That type.
That kind of
I
stuff.
want the details.
Okay, so cutting the straight lines, that's normal, like we've already gone through. Okay, so we do that, right? And then cutting the bevel, this is where it gets fun. So, because I told you guys that I marked the arrow, let's see, keep moving it out of where you guys can see. But I need to also be able to cut it. Okay. So I drew the arrow pointing in. That tells me that I want to be pointing my blade in like that to cut my bevel. Okay. So I want to set this up at a 45-degree angle, roughly. It could be shallower. Would shallower be the right thing? If it's like, I don't know. Anyway, it can be not quite a 45, but roughly I just want to get my blade. I'll turn it like this so you guys can kind of see the angling. So I'm gonna start a little bit past where my actual line starts. I'm gonna start with my blade in like a perfect upright position, and then I'm gonna rotate my hand to the side to get it to be at a beveled angle, okay? But still holding it like a pen. Now I'm using my hand as a wedge to kind of hold it at that angle and have my hand on the foam so that as I move my hand along the foam, it'll keep it at that same angle. So it kind of creates a wedge here, a little triangle wedge, holding it at that 45-degree angle position. Get to where you're kind of comfortable with holding that, and then you're going to plunge the blade into the foam. And once again, we're past it, so we haven't like started actually cutting into the piece yet, just so that we're like ready to go. And then you're going to start pulling, and then going right along that line at this angle. Now, same thing as we did before. This is going to be a little bit tricky as you get to like corners like this. You're going to want to kind of pull the blade into, instead of like straight up and down like we did for the corner cuts with straight cuts, you're going to want to pull it so that the blade is in line with the direction that that corner goes while still holding it at your 45. Okay, and then kind of try to pivot in that corner, and then get back to your 45-degree angle and pull through. When you have the option to be able to just pull straight through, I recommend doing that. It's going to help to get a better, cleaner cut. And then same thing here again. I'm going to start before my line, get my angle set up, plunge the blade in, pull through, and then I'm going to start to angle my blade back so that it's in line with this line that I'm going to go to, and then rotate the foam and pivot this kind of in that corner, get it at the angle, and then continue out. And then I'm just going to go past my line on this side at that angle. Okay, so then what that does is that gets you this really nice beveled cut right off the bat that you don't have to go in and sand because you just nailed the bevel to begin with, right? So that's gonna work out really cool. So you saw I purposely cut it from this side so that it ended where we drew the line, and then the bevel went back from there. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this around and use this side up for our thing, okay? So I'm not gonna talk through it as much this time, but I'll just do it and you guys can kind of see this in progress again.
Okay, Leia said
while we answer some questions.
it was not that bad. I tried to put it out with baking soda, but it was too big for the box I had, so I pulled out the fire extinguisher and made a very big mess.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
so scary though.
That is so scary.
But the fire was out, and the only things I lost were the dinner I was going to cook and the bottom element. My husband took out the broken, burnt out element and replaced it.
Oh wow.
Well, that's good.
Pretty
He's
handy guy, yeah. Well,
Also, after
that's
some
scary.
very mad deep cleaning, we were up and running by Saturday afternoon, and the fire happened Friday at 5 p.m.
That's so scary though.
Yeah.
We're glad you're okay. All right, so now here we go on the bevel again. Here on this outside, I can just go past it.
I'm trying to tape up lines that I drew too far to cover them.
On what?
Well, not all my lines showed up, so I was trying to like redraw them,
Uh-huh.
but then I went too far into where they don't go.
Oh. That's fine.
It's not a big deal
Yeah.
because they should end like right there.
Here, yeah, check and see, because this will cover it up. So see where that goes.
I have no idea. It doesn't look right.
This will go right here.
Okay, so.
So yeah, so probably actually you wouldn't want to go into there. Good
Sorry,
call.
guys.
You're good.
I'm learning.
Good call. All right, and then Kachika bevel cut.
We originally thought we had to replace the
Boom.
whole oven, but we talked to a friend and found out that was one of the elements that had to be replaced. That's good. From what I hear, older ovens work better anyway.
Look at that. That looks slick.
Skylar, make sure you don't cut the other piece of the bracer under the foam, Wilby says.
Oh. Yes, very good, very good. Yes, good call, good call. All right. Yeah, what I need though? I need a little bit of
Chocolate.
no, a little bit of blade honing for my forever blade. If you guys have been waiting for your forever blade, it's the dope knife. Buy this beauty right here. Give it to someone that that you care about. Provide them with a blade that'll last forever. You should probably get them a honing tool too, though.
Or still one from your wife.
Yeah, or still one from the knife block. Alright, this one's easy. Straight cut. And then another straight cut.
I'm gonna pretend like I'm cutting this out, and I'm gonna make you cut it out.
Okay.
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, I think you destroyed the point of pretending.
My husband can be very handy. For 2 years, we kept a washer and dryer going. They were duct tape patches, had new wires ran, added parts where were being held by bent old wire hangers. Wow, that sounds a little
That's
scary too. But I'm glad it all worked. Sometimes you just have to keep something like a washing machine going as long as you can before you're replacing it.
Mm-hmm.
We used to like have to bang on the top of ours to like get it to go again.
Or set heavy
Or,
things
yeah,
on top of
set
it.
heavy things so it would like start. It's the worst.
Alright, our little bevel cut. Boom.
Nice.
Alright. Here we go. So now we can see our other pieces and how they're going to fit on here. And look how pretty this is going to be. So those nice clean bevels that we did. Kachika. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. So we got that up there. That's going to go there. And then these guys
My legs are asleep.
that are gonna go right down here and right here and have those bevels meet right there.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. That looks pretty cool. I think Wonder Woman should change her bracers to black and red. This looks awesome. Yeah?
Yeah, it's like Wonder Cosplay Woman.
Oh, we should turn this into a cosplay apprentice
No.
triangle. Okay. Anyway, there we go. So those are all cut out. And yeah, pretty exciting stuff. We'll assemble them together. And the cool thing, because we're using What the Foam, is we will be able to actually create the straps that go through here out of the foam, 2mm What the Foam, and have those be like functional straps on the van brace. So yeah, we will assemble and heat shape and curve this next time.
Nice. So will we glue that stuff on and then heat shape it?
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll glue these on and then we'll heat shape it and curve it all together. And yeah, think that's turning out pretty nice. Yeah, so it's probably a good thing we did the 4mm as the base too, just because I forgot that we have like the straps going into it and everything. That'll give it some more room.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
Do we have any last minute things?
Let's talk about how cool duct tape is, and that it's been sent on space missions, and that what the foam colors are awesome. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
cosplay Red Sun Wonder Woman. That'd be cool. Olivia Microphone Michelle says she likes your hair. Thank you. I did my hair today. Thanks, Michelle.
Red Sun cosplay. Or what? Red Sun Wonder Woman? I haven't heard of that. I'll have to check that out. Anyway, cool guys. Well, yeah, duct tape is pretty awesome.
It is.
Talking about it in Space Force.
I tried to patch our kids' like splash pad thing. I didn't
Did
use enough
not
duct
work.
tape. Because Welby was like, duct tape can fix anything. If you didn't fix it, you didn't use enough duct tape or something.
You
I'm like,
probably
I
didn't
didn't
use
use enough
enough
duct tape. It's probably too conservative there.
That's funny. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's so much fun hanging out with you guys. Hopefully, you enjoyed this, and hopefully, we're able to cover some like handy tips and tricks throughout the process as we kind of built it. And yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes and have it come together. We're kind of wanting to rebuild Olivia's Wonder Woman outfit using What the Foam now, because when we did it with the foam floor mats,
It was really thick.
and it was really
kind of
thick
like
and kind of bulky and hard to move in and stuff. And with our What the Foam, we figure we can get it really nice and thin, but like still be like sturdy and hold all the shape that we need and everything like that. So we're excited to see how that goes. And then previously we made these van braces out of our own Warbla creation that I refer to as poly armor, using polyplastics to make our
where
own
is it
version
so we can show 'em?
of Warbla.
Where did I go? Oh, it's right here.
And now we're trying to
So
make them
here's
out
what
of
my
foam. So
braces looked like before.
yeah, it looked really cool. Turned out great,
Yeah.
nice and sturdy. But yeah, this is our own concoction of made
But
from
just with how
polyplastics.
thick everything else was. I don't know. It would be nice to have it made out of foam.
Yeah, it'll be lighter
Anyway.
weight and have a little bit more flex to it and stuff. But yeah, anyway. So I have the pattern from when I made this, so that was handy because we could just use that and convert it to work for foam. So, and these straps
Or just regular.
are just regular 2mm, and we did something similar. They're not really like holding actual.
Well, that one probably
This one
should
was-
have been, but this one's just there.
Yeah.
It's not really doing anything.
They were just kind of just there for looks for the most part, just to kind of close it off. But we had some similar ones on Olivia's boots with the 2mm, and it just like all snapped right off the bat. So I'm excited to be able to use our What the Foam to do the straps and have more confidence in their longevity. So anyway, cool.
Well,
Do your
do you 40?
40 for blaster. I'm guessing DL44 blaster.
Yep.
Probably wanting us to redo it in foam or something, maybe. I don't know.
No, I think he's just seeing it.
Oh.
That color ends like.
All right. Anyway, have a great night, everybody. Thank you guys so much.
See you next Thursday, and we'll finish this up.
Have a great night, great weekend, and cosplay on, my friends.
Good night.
See ya.
You're a favorite.